ka tira ko te wehi kia ihua timatanga o te whakaaro nui. I tō tātou atua matua nui te rangi. Mōna te atāhua o tēnei rā, te atāhua o tēnei kāpau. Ka whai kōrea ki tōna ingoatata. Mihi ana ki o koutou nā mate, o koutou nā mate, o mātou nā mate, kia mihia, kia tangihia, kia puropura ki hia rātou kia rātou. Haere atu rā koutou, moi mai i roto i ngāri ngā o te ariki. Kia hoki oro mai kia tātou te kanohi ora. Kai ngā mātāwaka, kai ngā rangatira, kai ngā whaia, kai ngā pāpā, ko haere mai tawhiti, ko haere mai tata, ki te tautoko i tā tātou kaupapa, i te rānei, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Nau mai hara mai ki hoani tapu. Nau mai hara mai ki te ihi, ki te wana, ki te tapu o mātou nā mātua tīpuna. Ki te poho o te hāhi mehinare. Hara mai, hara mai, hara mai ra. Aha tiara, ko kore pea koutou e mohio ki te roanga atu aku kōrero. Ko te mea ia e whai ana. O te taha tikanga Māori o tātou mātua tīpuna. Kia pōhiri tia koutou, kai aku hoatata, kai aku whaia, kai aku pāpā. Hara mai, whakatau mai rā. Whakatau mai rā ki tō tātou kura, o hoani tapu, e mihi atu nei, e ngā toro nei i ona ringa. Kai te whānau, hara mai rā. Hara mai rā me ngā kaupapa nui, a kei runga i tēnā me tēnā o koutou. Koutou i haere tawhiti mai te upako o te ika tēnā koutou. Koutou i haere mai te waipaunamu tēnā koutou. Ngā waka, huhua, kei roto i tō tātou whare i tēnei rā. Hara mai. Nōku te honore nui, ki te whakatau i a koutou. Me te mihi anō, tō mātou tunuaki, a kā tēne e ruera. Tai atu ki nā kaimahi o konei, tai atu tikanga Pasifika, tikanga Pākehā o mātou, tikanga Māori, e mihi atu nei e te whānau. Kāre e take o te whakatorongi e te kōrero. Engari he mihi whakatau, tēnā koutou, tēnā tāte katoa. He wai, Kia ora li peka.
Ngā mihi i hoa, ko tōna tangana hau. I have the pleasure of just adding my welcome to Te Hirapainga, to this place, which we call home, but also where we do our good work. And it's a pleasure to bring you here to have this conversation today. Me and Sam have largely been responsible for putting this together, and we're thankful enough to be neighbours on site here, which mean we get to dream up many possibilities, including conversations like this. So it's a real pleasure for us to bring you here. Sam's going to bring us into our pānui today, but I just want to kind of add some logistics for the day. Toilets are in the foyer. So if you're in an emergency and you need to go, please just go into the foyer. There's a couple of doors off there. If we have a bigger emergency, such as a fire, we need to exit through either those French doors that we came in or a fire exit over here and make our way to the field beside the car park. So if you sense smoke, there is fire, then please go. You'll see from the program that hopefully you've kind of looked over in your seats that we've got quite a full day in front of us. But the purpose of today is really to create a bit of a conversation between our presenters. So you will notice that we've structured it so that we will have two speakers who get 30 minutes each. After that, we've got 30 minutes of conversation between them and you. So we've got a lot of time through the day to kind of draw the connections between our different presenters. And that's really the purpose of today's conversation. After that conversation bit, then we will either be having a morning tea, which we'll have morning tea in here. We will be having lunch catered for us by the wonderful St. John's crew in the dining hall, which is really just down that driveway. We'll show you the way when it comes to it. We've got 45 minutes for lunch if we keep to our program. So we're going to be asking people to kind of head over there pretty quick so that they can be back here. One of the other big benefits of hosting something at St. John's is just the history and the beautiful grounds around here. So we're going to also unlock the chapel, which is now 175 years young. And so you can kind of go in, have a look at that. We've just commemorated the 175th this week of that chapel. So you can go there, walk around the grounds, weather permitting. Another thing to be aware of is that there is a film crew here today. So they'll be filming the sessions. If you do not want to appear in any of the videos, please come and tell me or Sam, just so we can kind of really be aware of that through the day. Otherwise, when you ask your question, just hide your face, and we'll all be good. Yes, that's it from me. So Sam, come up.
Kia ora tātou katoa. Tēnā koe te rangatira te hira, mō tō karakia, mō tō mihi kia tātou I tēnei ata. I ngā rangatira, I ngā pūkenga, I ngā hoi e whā, kia ora tātou katoa I tēnei ata. Ko Pukikoe te maunga, ko Waikato te awa, ko Bombay te waka, ko Ngāti Pākehā te iwi, ko Ngai te tiriti te iwi, kia ora tēnā tātou katoa. Welcome, wonderful to see you all here this morning. I'm Sam, and I'll be popping up again later, giving my own paper, but I just want to provide a few introductory comments to sort of, I guess, set the scene a little bit for the day. So, I begin with this whakatauki, mā whiro, mā pango, ka ota ai te mahi. By black and red, together the work is done. So this event was first imagined earlier this year by Dr. Alastair Rees, and so it is perhaps appropriate that he will have the final word today. So I hope you're all going to stay right until the very end, the bitter end. So the originating thought about reconciling the treaty was provoked, in part at least, by the state of public discourse. I hope I'm getting this right, Alastair, which seems liable at present to fray into multiple inconsistent, if not competing, strands. Then there is the older perennial debate on the meaning of the original treaty compact, with its two language texts usually set against each other. When Alastair and I started thinking about this, we also had in prospect Ned Fletcher's new book, The English Text of the Treaty of Waitangi, Bridget Williams' book, 2022, about to emerge in print. We knew this was significant, and so Ned was really, in a sense, the linchpin of today. And thankfully, he is here today, and he's our first speaker this morning. So we also wanted to add various other strands into the cloak of the day. Perspectives from those who are descendants of signatories to the treaty, scholars of te ao Māori, other historical, legal and theological perspectives. So I think the range of kōrero we're going to have today from different sort of disciplinary fields is actually probably quite unique for this sort of kōrero. You usually get the lawyers in one corner and the historians in another corner, that sort of thing. But we're trying to bring it together today, and the theologians. So this has led us to today, which I think promises to deliver some sparkling, insightful, and I'm sure some provocative kōrero. Now, the Honourable Justice Sir Joe Williams writes a marvellous foreword in Ned's book, probably one of the best forewords you could wish for, I suppose, in a book about the treaty. He offers the view that while this book will shift the debate's centre of gravity, it will not end the contestation over the treaty's meaning. Sorry, Ned. It is such a document with two language texts with multiple contemporary contexts and many intersecting whakapapa of ideas that a settled view of its meaning then and its implications now, perhaps especially, will be difficult to achieve. However, the treaty, Te Tiriti, still speaks. And when it speaks, it does so, or I believe it must do so, from its text and context into ours. We are all familiar with the concept of lost in translation, but I wish to counter that with another phrase or idea, found in translation. Because when we seek to understand an historical translated agreement like this, we are interpreting meaning across language, across culture, and across time. And whenever we communicate, we are interpreting and translating words that other people are using, and sometimes, often, people use the same word in different ways. So what these papers are seeking to do today, in my conception, is to communicate interpretations and meanings between each other and to this audience. That may mean explaining old words in new ways due to the context of 2022. For example, how can we understand the new discourse of co-governance? How does it relate to the Treaty Compact itself? How does it relate to older discourses of Māori sovereignty or treaty partnership? Is that something different, or is it another variation on those? So, in summary, when we seek to communicate, we attempt to find each other in translation. So there will be ongoing contestation about our past and the meanings of Te Tiriti, the treaty. But I look forward, and I think we're looking forward today to this group of papers, which I believe are seeking to find convergences, resonances, and affinities. So again, I want to welcome presenters on behalf of Tom and myself and the college once again, and we'll look forward to the kōrero that follows. And I especially want to acknowledge Uri, descendants of treaty signatories that are here today, also treaty translators, interpreters, and witnesses, who I know we have amongst us today. So ka nui te mihi, kia tātou katoa.